Are you looking for a beautiful RV park to visit in North Texas?
Well, Lake Tawakoni RV Campground is just that, and that's what we're fixing to show you.
Hey y'all, I'm Cole.
And I'm Dawn.
And we're younger every day.
So basically we bought a fifth wheel, sold almost everything we had in Texas, packed up the kids and the dog, and headed out.
Now we're RVing full time and we're loving this crazy life.
On this channel we do product reviews, share tips and tricks for RV living, take you on amazing adventures, and do campground reviews like this one.
So if you're new here, click subscribe to join the younger gang, and don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified every time we post new content.
And if you haven't seen some of our other videos, you can click right up here to get all caught up.
Today we're going to be showing you one of our favorite RV parks in Texas, Lake Tawakoni RV Campground. It is so beautiful here.
It is so nice, and such a nice relief from the heat of the Texas sun because of all the trees.
Yes, we can park in here in the trees with our 50 amp rig, but connect up to 30 amp because there aren't a lot of 50 amp sites here.
Very few, actually.
And we can still manage to stay cool.
It's really unique for Texas. It's hard to stay cool here in the summer, but we've been here in the heat of the summer and had no problem staying cool at this park because of all this wonderful shade.
One of the things that's been great about this park is we've been here several times and we've never had trouble leveling here. The spots are pretty level.
Yeah, that's nice. There is a mixture of different types of spots, so you'll have some that are dirt, some that are gravel, some that have pads. It just depends, but we haven't really had trouble leveling on any of them. So there are 5 different sections in this park and they all have kind of their own personality. So A and C are right on the lake. A lot of the spots back up right up to the lake. There are a lot of really shady spots out in the middle of that kind of semicircle, and it's nice. The only thing is turning up and down some of those roads is a little bit tight, so if you have a bigger rig you might want to stick to the outside edge of that, but it's a nice section.
That's also where you'll find the 50 amp sites. Also, the cabins are in those sections, so if you're staying in a cabin, that's where you'll be.
Section E is just a little strip kind of close to the lodge. It's a real small section, but it's in the trees just close to the lodge.
There also are a couple spots in there that are sunny if you're looking for that. Section H is where we typically stay. And that is surrounded by trees. It's a little bit removed from the lake, although there is an inlet that fills up when the lake fills.
But it's really nice when it gets a little bit full. You get to see a lot of wildlife. So there are blue herons and egrets and lots of fish jumping out of the water. It's really fun. And then there's section I. It's kind of off by itself past the activity center. It's a smaller section, so if you want to be more alone a little bit, that would be the place to go. It's also right on the lake. A lot of those spots are. It's really pretty over there. So that's another choice.
If you've enjoyed the drive-through footage of this park, I want to let you know that we captured that using our Halo View RD7 Range Dominator system.
As a matter of fact, this video is sponsored by Halo View, so thank you so much to Halo View. And if you want to see our playlist that shows everything about the Halo View system, you can check that out right up here. One thing to point out, we were here during some really rainy days, and if you see that in the forecast, you need to be careful where you park. Section I, for example, was pretty much completely underwater at that point. The section where we were at, H, we were right up against the inlet, and that flooded. We had to move our rig, and our power cord was underwater, and that was scary.
Yeah, we had some beautiful views of some birds, some waterfowl coming up to the trailer, but it was time to move.
It was time. So just be careful where you park. If we're not here, you're welcome to use our regular spot now, which is H27. That one doesn't flood.
But if we're parked in it, park beside us or across from us and we can get to know you.
Come say hi.
With regard to electrical hookups and pedestals, we haven't had an issue here. Most of them are 30 amps, so if you want 50 amps, you're gonna have to look around a bit, but it's pretty typical. You may have to look a little bit to find the sewer connections because there are a lot of leaves, they can cover them up. But overall, we've been pretty happy with the connections here. You do usually have to just get a 30 amp site because they don't have enough 50 amps to accommodate many people.
If you don't know how to hook up your 50 amp rig to your 30 amp pedestal, be sure to check out this video where Cole talks about the equipment that you need for that.
This park has 2 pools. One is fairly small and that's near the lodge, and I've been in that one with all our kids and we've had a great time. It doesn't have much shade, so I'd recommend going early in the morning or late in the evening. The other pool is at the activity center, and it is very large, but we haven't had a chance to swim in that one yet.
As far as the lodge and activity center themselves, we haven't gotten to go in the lodge because we've been here mostly during COVID stuff where everything shut down. This is where we got locked down when everything was shut for real. We did get to go in the activity center. It's not like super nice, but it had a lot of really fun things. It had ping pong,
air hockey,
yeah, arcade games that are free, and that was really cool. The kids really enjoyed that. They also have a really big patio, so if you want to do something under a covered area, that's a great place to go.
For sure. This park does have some different activities than we've seen in other places. The most interesting one I've seen is they have a driving range with markers up to 250 yards, so that's pretty cool. They also have a mini golf course, which probably needs to be, you know, touched up a little bit, but the kids still can have a blast there.
They also have a backstop for baseball or kickball, so that's fun for the kids.
Yeah, and the field right there is gigantic. I mean, it's so big.
It's big. Our kids and all the other kids that we've had that were friends of our kids have gone out there and played all day long. They love it.
They do have a dog run, but it is not fenced. So, you know, you can't really find a place to let your dog off out here.
True. The laundry room here is okay.
Pretty typical.
Yeah, nothing super fancy. There are 4 washers and 4 dryers, and it's, like say, not anything super fancy, but we have definitely used it with no problem.
You gotta have change, that's one thing.
True. Doesn't work with cards.
In terms of cell service, we have AT&T and we really haven't had any issues. I do use an app that I check cell signals with, and it also has information for Verizon, and that also seems to be good here, so we really haven't had trouble. But we do use an antenna with our hotspot, and if you'd like to check out how we do the internet as we travel and see those, you can click right up here.
So that's our review of Lake Tawakoni RV Campground.
I would definitely say we'll be coming back to this park.
It's one of our favorites for sure.
I've already been here a few times. Now we want to know, do you have a favorite campground in North Texas? If so, let us know in the comments below. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give us a big thumbs up and let us know you liked it.
If you haven't already, click subscribe to join the Younger Gang so you can be a part of our awesome community.
Also, we hope you'll check out some of our other videos right over there. So, trying out a bunch of RV parks in Texas and finding one where you can actually stay cool here when it's hot, and then sharing that with you, that's just another way we're living younger every day.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.